right now, and I'm not having a good time.
Well, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it is. It's a little hot. We're a little humid. Um, Silence your cell phones. Yes, yes, y'all. Doesn't say we're live yet. Where's the live? Oh, here we go. An amazing weekend. Well done.
I got a little something, something.
I That's a really clever title. I enjoy it.
Thank you.
Well played. Okay, so we're gonna post that. We're gonna send this to her. Paste that. What's up? Then we're gonna tweet her it out. Although nobody's probably gonna be up this late. Just us psychopaths. All right. We're live. We're love. Autocorrect. We're live with. Let's come hang out and chat. And then we'll paste. Yeah. Do you send these out?
I mean, I post them on my Facebook.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right, bet. Wait, Devontae Adams? Tell me you heard about this.
Yeah, to the Raiders.
What? And the deal, Packers received the Raiders' first round pick and second round pick. What? Oh, that's right. He was teammates with Derek Carr.
Yeah, Fresno State.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of big moves. Chandler Jones going to the Raiders.
The Raiders are going to be good.
You got Von Miller going to Buffalo.
I saw that one. Yeah, this Mitch Trubisky going to Pittsburgh, baby. Let's go. We got the North Carolina kid. Oh man,
I don't know why you're so excited about that.
So
you can see him throw interceptions in black and yellow instead of blue and orange.
He's got better stats than a lot of starting quarterbacks in the NFL. He had better stats than Baker Mayfield, better stats than Carson Wentz, better stats than through his first 4 years, he had better stats than I want to say Drew Brees, one of the really good quarterbacks.
Dude, you're not going to convince me that Mitch Trubisky's good.
Bro, he is good. I don't know what to tell you. He's a good quarterback.
You just compared him to Baker Mayfield and Carson Wentz.
And Drew Brees. You forget about that guy? He's pretty good.
Dude, you're just making stuff up about Drew Brees.
I'm not making it up.
You want to make yourself feel better.
These are real statistics. And look,
that's why he lost his job to Nick Foles.
No.
He was 100 years old.
Bro, and how did Nick Foles do? How did that work out? It didn't, because Chicago is where your career goes to die nowadays. That place is awful. You can't tell me that they haven't been good in, at least since Brian Urlacher was there. What was that? 2008 was his last year or something?
That's fair.
They've had, I don't even know how many different offensive coordinators over the last 5 years. They're just not.
We'll see if he takes you guys to the promised land.
I'm saying he's not a bad quarterback. Give my man a chance, and he's got weapons. Oh boy!
All right, well, and he sucks.
I will say
317, 1021.
Yeah,
I'm going on the record. I'm taking the heater.
Okay.
That Mitch Trubisky sucks.
All right, and I'm going on record. I'm saying that he is a solid starting NFL quarterback. I think he can get us 10 wins.
10 wins.
Yeah, 10 wins. I think he's a perfectly capable 10-win quarterback.
So the Steelers are winning 10 games next year.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
I'm guaranteeing 10 wins next year. Yeah.
Interesting.
No doubt. I mean, our defense is like the best in the league, so it's up there.
Until TJ Watt gets hurt again.
Never again. It's a pretty physical game, so he might get hurt again.
Yeah. He's a pretty physical player.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a specimen. That guy's a freak. Okay. Are you ready to start this thing?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. You're doing an intro. Go.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to Silence Your Cell Phones. My name is Kevin here, as always, with my partner, my co-host, my friend, Jared Hubbard.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, you kept it simple today.
Yeah,
Just what's going on?
I mean,
Classy.
it's 10:20.
It's late.
Yeah.
Yeah. It will be a quick episode.
Yes.
Sorry for getting here late. It's been kind of busy.
Someone had a date, so us single people had to sit and wait.
Okay, look.
I get it. Rub it in.
No.
Rub it
in. So yeah, I picked somebody up from the airport, and it was cool. So I don't want to get into that here on this movie, film, and TV podcast. But
I like to think that people are invested in our personal lives, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're friends with everyone.
We are, and we're matching today, by the way, twinsies.
We are.
Yeah, great minds think alike, or something like that.
That's true.
So before we go any further, Jarrett, we're gonna start it just like we always do.
Always.
What'd you watch this weekend?
It was a pretty good week for me in movies. I watched Turning Red, The Adam Project, Accepted, Zoolander, The Fundamentals of Caregiving, which was really good. It had Paul Rudd and Selena Gomez in it.
We do like Paul Rudd.
And then I watched a lot of One Piece.
Where are you at? What episode?
Like 62.
There you go.
Yeah. Chugging along.
It's a grind.
But I actually read a lot this week in preparation for the Jujutsu Kaisen movie.
Is that coming out this week? I didn't notice. Is that a thing? Is that?
I literally told my boss, I was like, dude, I have to leave work no later than 6:30. Like,
here's the funny thing. So I didn't realize it was the same week that Randy was going to be here. And so I was like, look, we've kind of had this thing planned for like 2 months. And she was like, oh, you love it. Just go watch it. Have fun. And I was like, okay, perfect. So
God, she's so much nicer than us.
Yes, absolutely. All I could think was yes. Because we have been waiting for a long time for this movie. And I'm really excited. I think it's going to be great. I have high expectations. The show kind of came out of nowhere. For those of you who aren't familiar, Jujutsu Kaisen's an anime, and it just kind of blew up over the fall?
It was not this January. It was like 2020 into 2021.
Yeah.
We got the first and second half of season, I guess you can call it 1.
Yeah. And it just blew up like global. So super excited to be having this movie. I definitely commend you for reading for this.
What about you? What did you get into?
I actually did mostly movies this week. I watched I did watch Sex Drive. And funny story, I got the unrated version on when I rented it, and wow,
it is unrated.
Yes, very much so. Very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just, I can't. It's just always in the head now.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
So we did watch that. I also watched The Adam Project and Turning Red. I actually really liked The Adam Project. I thought it was a little rushed, but I thought it was a really good movie.
Yeah, I thought it was a very enjoyable movie.
Yeah. Very feel good.
Yeah.
Very Ryan Reynolds-y.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I could ever hate a Ryan Reynolds movie, even the Green Lantern.
I think The Kid was actually pretty funny.
The Kid played a very good young Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, a very young smartass.
Like the humor. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
He just nailed the humor. Even in his interactions that he had with his mom, super enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I for sure. And then Gamora was obviously the love interest. I don't know her actual name.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, Gamora. Whatever.
She's so much more than Gamora, dude.
She is.
You realize
Seen her in a lot of things.
she's literally in like 3 of the top 5 highest grossing movies of all time.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Avatar, right?
Yeah.
And then she's in
Endgame.
In-game. And then
she's in Star Trek, one of the Star Treks.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, she's
Good for her.
Yeah, she's a
She's
hot
balling.
commodity.
For sure. So I watched that. I watched 21. They put a bunch of really good movies on Netflix.
Yes. I was scrolling through like half the movies I watched, I just found under comedies and then just started banging them out Monday.
Yeah. So I'm going to watch. There's a ton more. I know for a fact I'm going to watch Zoolander. It's been years since I've seen it.
It's so funny.
School Frank. Yeah.
What is this? The school?
I'm pretty excited about that.
So when I was a sophomore in high school, I went on a cruise, like a State Farm sponsored cruise. My dad sells State Farm. And one of the only movies they would show on the boat was Zoolander.
Okay.
So for like 2 weeks, that's all that would play in our room because it was like one of the only channels on the boat. And so my parents will not have anything to do with Zoolander.
Bill Alexa Kuna.
What?
Bill Alexa Kuna.
No.
Yeah.
He's got swag.
Yeah. He's oozing swag.
He is. BD.
Sorry, I heard that super late in my head. Yeah, so that was for 2 weeks. That's just all you watched was Zoolander.
Yeah, and there was so much that I forgot about it. Like when he's given the eulogy, and he can't pronounce the word, and so he's like, "I bet you didn't think I was so good at giving you googlies." He's like, "Yes, I'm a very good you Googleizer," and I was. Dude, there's just so much, and like the cameos in that were great.
Yeah,
I mean,
I love Owen Wilson. I'm a big Owen Wilson fan.
Owen Wilson.
It's just funny that he plays a model, right? Because his nose is just so messed up.
So it's screwed up. You got Will Ferrell. You got Ben Stiller's wife.
Is his wife in the movie?
Yeah, she's the reporter.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's married to the girl from Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The softball player?
Yeah, that's his wife.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if they're still together, but they were married at a time. I think they are.
That's crazy.
Still
no
married.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get like Fabio showing up, and then like David Bowie's in the movie.
Oh, wow.
To officiate the walk-off. And I'm like, dude, they just called up all their homies and we're like, yeah, we're making a very ridiculous male model movie about creating assassins to kill the president of Taiwan.
We love Ben Stiller. He's great.
Yeah, that was peak Ben Stiller.
Oh, dude. To this day, my favorite Ben Stiller role is him being in the nursing home in Happy Gilmore.
Now your back's gonna hurt. Just the landscape.
What a tremendous looking trophy you got there, Mr. Gilmore.
Oh, Mr. Gilmore. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Trying to trouble you for a warm glass of milk. You can trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep. Yeah, he plays a savage in that movie.
Dude, he does. And then let's not forget Heavyweights.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? That was classic. He was really big then. What years were those? Did they span? Was it like 2000 to like 2006 or something?
So Zoolander, my sophomore year of high school would have been like 2007.
Yeah.
So I would probably say like that early 2000 block.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think anywhere past 2010, but I would say like 5 to 8.
Yeah, because he was also in the movie with Robert De Niro and
Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents, and then Meet the Fockers.
He did Night at the Museum.
Oh, he was so big.
Starsky and Hutch.
Which he did with Owen Wilson. I'm a huge fan. And Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
Zoolander was 2001.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just wondering. Tropic Thunder '08.
Oh, I did. Yeah, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, whole vibe. Okay. Well, I'm glad we sorted that out
Yeah, so Ben
because
Stiller's filmography is pretty good.
big fan. Um, so what else? There was one more movie.
You said Turning Red, 21.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Sex Drive,
I did.
Adam Project?
Yes. And then one more. I felt like let's see here. It wasn't Shooter. Oh, Olympus Has Fallen. Little Gerard Butler.
Uh,
Little Adam Eckhart and
yeah,
Morgan
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. So, and I absolutely love that movie.
I mean, it's good that Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said Olympus. London Has Fallen.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, it's for me it's I really enjoy the Die Hard vibe, the 1v, squad.
Yeah, the 1v China.
Yeah.
Or whoever it was, the Russians or
Yeah. I think Russians.
yeah, that makes
Well,
how fitting.
for Die Hard was Russians, right? But
no, Die Hards were Germans.
they were Germans.
Hans Gruber.
Yeah, you're right. And then Olympus Has Fallen was the Koreans.
Okay, and then White House Down, which was like Channing Tatum's version,
Russians.
was it Russian or Chinese?
I feel like they were Russians, but I could be wrong.
I only saw White House Down once.
Same, because it came out after.
I think it was like the same year.
Yeah, and it was like just a worse version.
Yeah.
No offense to Channing Tatum or Jamie Foxx because they're great, but Gerard Butler and Aaron Eckhart and their cast just killed it.
That was kind of before Channing Tatum found his vibe, though.
Yeah,
like he hadn't hit his stride yet.
Well, it was after Step Up, but before
21 Jump
Street. Yeah,
yeah.
So, and I think we're gonna get more Channing Tatum in the future.
I think he knows his role. Yeah, like this is what people like me in, because I think he's going to be great in The Lost City. I think he's going to be hilarious.
Oh yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, let's go ahead and get into the show. We kind of got off on a little tangent there. We are going to we're going to discuss the movies that we watched for the week.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about Jujutsu Kaisen and what to expect, what our expectations are going into the theater, and then we're going to call it. So it's going to be kind of a quick episode.
Yeah, we're banging it out today.
Yeah. So first things first, Jarrett, I gave you the movie Accepted.
Absolutely love that movie. Like,
it's so good.
You forget how funny movies are sometimes when they're like out of mind. And Accepted's never it's never going to be one of those movies that, like, when I think of the funniest movies I've ever seen, I don't think it'll ever be something that instantly pops in my head. But if someone says, let's watch Accepted, I'm never going to say no. Like, it fits that role of always good, always consistent, but not the greatest movie. So it's like one you can throw in the background, you can laugh with your friends, you can do other stuff. Because I've seen it like 5 or 6 times, if not more. It's a comfort movie. Yeah. Early Jonah Hill, Jake Long, Blake Lively. So great actors, great concept. You get to, it's kind of like how we all wish we could have done college, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like if we could have gone to school and actually like pick what we learned and got to teach ourselves or have other like our peers teach us. Great. I think it's a good message too, especially now when like I think trade schools are now being more prevalent. We're kind of out of this. You have to go to a 4 years college to get a good degree and things like that. Like we've pushed past that idea that you have to have a college degree to be successful. And that's all that movie was saying is like, let people have their passions and some things can work out.
Yeah. I think that was kind of before it was cool to say.
Oh, for sure.
Because at the time it was like, if you didn't go to college, like what were you even doing with your life? Right.
Well, that was his dad's entire character. Right. Was Barnaby screwed around in high school and now his life is over because he didn't get into college.
Yeah.
And so that was like the boomer ideal. And that, like, there's nothing wrong with going to college. That's not what I'm saying. But it was just back then in the early 2000s. That was, no one talked about trade schools. Like that was, I don't know about your high school, but that was never even
no.
an
When
option.
we were coming up, it was, and I'm sure your parents were the same way. You're going to college. It is not if like my or at least my parents. That's what it was for me. Like
for sure.
You don't have a choice. Like we didn't go to college. My mom went to school very late in life.
Right.
So it was never we're going right after high school. Like this is what we're doing. So
yeah.
That was just the way it was. That was
that's
the way
just
we
how
were raised.
It's how life was.
Yeah.
But I think it was a very good portrayal of, especially when you're in your 18, 19-year-old, like it's okay to not have a game plan for the rest of your life.
Right.
Because no one has a game plan at 19. Like where I started, even after graduation, like I was a restaurant manager and now I'm in the medical field. So it's like the world moves in weird ways, and don't lose what you love just for a paycheck.
Yeah. I got a degree, and like you, I did the restaurant thing for like 5 or 6 years, but now I'm in sales. Like I literally don't need a degree for what I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's just, we've come so far in knowing that it's not for everyone. You don't need a degree to be successful. You don't need, so I don't know. I think that movie is a really good indicator of that exact thing.
I also forgot that the bad guy from Brink was one of the fraternity brothers, and
really
the asshole fraternity.
He just looks mean though. Like he just has that mean.
Yeah, he's the dude that he like spits in Sherman's drink.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, but like he just looks like that's the only role he's ever going to get cast.
Yeah, he does have a very punchable face.
So is this a movie that you've always enjoyed, or?
I've never not loved Accepted.
Yeah,
like I love like really lower budget comedies. Like I think when you let comedians do comedic stuff, it can just be funny. Like we talk about a movie on here all the time. It's probably one of the worst rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes, but Strange Wilderness, right?
Oh,
it's
dude,
the same concept, super low budget, but the lines in that movie are just hysterical.
Well, it's like the guys who did Super Troopers. They did Super Troopers. They did Beer Fest. And it's like their brand of humor is they really focus on the actors, right? And the budget's not even. It doesn't matter.
It's almost like the movie secondary.
Yeah,
right? You don't care what they're doing, but those 5 guys together,
gold.
It could be. It's always funny.
Yeah. So I totally get where you're coming from with that, but no, I love it. I love that. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. What about you? You had seen Sex Drive, right?
Oh yeah, I loved it. But it had been a while, right?
Yeah, it's not one of those movies you go back to unless you scroll across it on the screen and you're like, oh, that's actually what I'm going to.
Well, and it's a movie that I've quoted a lot. So I've like whenever something crazy is about it, I'm always like Rumspringa, and so I almost forgot that's where I got it from. And so let's talk about so Josh Zuckerman, Clark Duke, Amanda Crew, they're like this movie's very late 90s high school friendship type journey adventure, or like even almost like a Harold and Kumar
that's
type of deal, right? Because they're traveling and they're going through their little adventures or whatever. So Ian, the main character, has a online like quote unquote girlfriend, hookup, whatever you want to call it.
And this was way before online dating was
so
the norm.
Well, so he's in one of the first scenes that you see in the film is him chatting with this girl online, and there's a picture of his face on this yoked football player's body, right?
Yeah.
And he's like $140 soaking wet. Okay. Like he's not a big person. So, anyways, his buddy's trying to talk him into like, let's go, let's take your brother's, car. Let's take the trip. Let's go meet her. You've already laid the groundwork. Yeah. So they go on this adventure. I'll tell you who I forgot about in this movie, who I think is by far the funniest part, is Seth Green. Seth Green.
Yeah, the Amish guy.
Yes, dude.
Yes.
So Seth, I don't know if this was before Seth Green was like big. He did the Austin Powers. He did Robot Chicken. Was this before or after that?
I think this was early 2000s.
Yeah. So this 2008.
Yeah. So this was way past, because he had been doing Family Guy.
Yes.
Robot Chicken. The Austin Power movies were like late 90s.
Yeah. So I love that he was like, yeah, I wouldn't know anything about your 69 GTO judge or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was just like, his big thing was sarcasm.
Yes.
And so to me, Seth Green was like the best part of this movie. The best friend is also somebody who I think is low-key one of the funniest actors. Like, his delivery was just, everything was great.
Yeah,
I think he's so underrated. I don't know what else he's in, but I would watch it.
Have you seen a show called Greek?
Is that the college show?
The fraternities
show? Yeah. No, I've never seen it. Is he in it?
Yeah, Clark Duke. Is that who you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, he plays like...
Oh, he's in Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2 and Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yes. So this dude, the first time I saw him was in Greek, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's got a great voice. He does a lot of voice acting. That makes total sense.
His character in Greek is some super pencil pushing, overly religious guy. So it's
the complete opposite of what it is.
And that's what I'm saying, right? So I watch all of Greek because I think that show's so funny.
Right.
And this guy's like, every time he goes out drinking, and he's like, well, I'll pray for you. And it's just like these really quippy things that overly religious people tell you. And it's so funny. And then I turn on Sex Drive and there he is. And I'm like, that is not the same dude.
Yeah. And then so he's very, what I would consider an average looking person. Okay.
Oh, yes.
But in this movie, he's the biggest player. And the way he talks to women, it's so funny because it just doesn't fit. It doesn't.
It doesn't look through
right.
The roof.
Yes. Maxed out charisma.
Yes.
But his delivery was great in the film. I actually really enjoyed this film. All the nudity from the unrated, which I totally forgot that was a thing. But it literally tells you, it pops on the screen. The first scene of the movie is them explaining to you how unrated this film is. And so if you do watch it, you should
go with the rated version.
Go with the rated version first. And then if you just want to explore, do the unrated. But yeah, it was different.
It was different.
And you'll understand immediately. So just if you do get it, you'll understand exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, I classify Sex Drive as one of those late night, just turn your brain off comedies.
Yeah.
It's 9:30, you want to watch something, but you don't want to get invested. It's up there with American Pie, just the degenerate stuff.
Yeah, it's raunchy. It's a raunchy comedy. Yeah. I do think that the brother, and I've seen the brother in a lot of stuff. I don't remember his name. Hold on, I'll pull it up because the cast was actually really good.
Is his Ian?
Rex, the older brother.
Oh, yeah.
Who's judge who had the GTO judge?
Yeah, he's the
James Marsden.
Yeah, he's the brother, or he's the guy from Sonic.
The guy from Sonic? Oh, he is the guy from Sonic. The good, Sonic's pal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's actually crazy. Hairspray. He's an X-Men. Superman Returns. Enchanted. Yeah, I've seen him in some stuff before, but I actually thought it was really funny that he came out at the end of the movie. Did you know
Yes.
that?
Oh, that it came out?
Yeah, at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the entire time he's joking on his brother, who's like the middle brother, who's obviously not nearly as quote unquote manly as his older and younger
Mhm.
brother. And he's always talking about how gay he is, and then at the end of the movie he just randomly comes out. I had no idea. Yeah, so
Yeah, I don't think
that
anyone was
happened.
expecting it.
I was not expecting that,
No,
but it is
comedic
what it
gold,
is.
really.
Yeah, so obviously I'd seen this movie before. I I 3.5 out of 5. Just a great
Yeah.
comedy, just a fun. You know exactly what you're getting into when you start it. Like you're not, and it's not giving you anything different than what it's
No,
advertised as.
no.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's all you want from a movie. Is just
that's it.
gets what's advertised.
Yeah, if you build a movie as something, execute, and then we'll enjoy it. It'll get good reviews, and it'll be
Yeah,
fine.
it's pretty simple formula, really.
Yeah. So, Sex Drive. If you haven't seen it and you're into that raunchy humor, it definitely it'll satisfy that.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, though, Jared, let's go ahead and switch gears.
Okay.
We're talking anime movie. We're talking
you
tomorrow night. We're
Are we not
talking.
giving each other movies for next week? Or are we holding off on that so you can figure out what you want to give me?
How do you know I don't already have one, Jared?
Because dude, I know you.
You
I
do
have
know
that.
me.
I have a Kevin tingle. Remember?
That's right. You do. So we're doing this. We're doing this now.
I mean, we can
And
wait if you want.
I'm assuming that you are. So it's still the college thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's yours?
I'm going to give you Euro Trip.
Okay. I'm gonna give you old school.
Okay, deal.
Uh, classic. Will Ferrell.
You're my boy.
You're my boy, Blue. Rip. Gone too soon.
At least he died happy.
It was like 90, bro. Yeah. So that's a classic college movie. I'm gonna give you that one. And you're giving me what was yours?
I'm actually going to switch mine up. I'm going to give you a better classic. I'll
Okay.
give you Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh yes, please. I loves me some Revenge of the Nerds. I can dig it. All right, so I got Revenge of the Nerds. You got
Old
school. Okay, cool. All right, now let's really switch gears.
Yes,
We're switching this time for good.
for good.
All right, Jujutsu Kaisen. We're talking tomorrow. Gets released
Yes.
in theaters. What are you expecting? How good do you think it'll be? And where do you think it'll be on your list of anime movies?
I think I'm expecting extremely high things
Okay.
for this movie. We get a lot of quality from the TV show. I'm reading the manga chapters for it now.
Okay.
And the story I think is insane. Like anyone who is connected to these characters it's gonna like blow you away the story that gets told in Zero. And even if it's people that are new to the show, this is a pretty good jumping on point. It is a prequel. So obviously the characters that the people who watch the show know will be a little more invested in, but I think it's a great way to introduce. Like if you watch it now and then you go say that was really good. Let me go watch the show. When you see them in the show, you'll at least have some reference for who they are, what their powers are, how they relate to each other, how they got how they get affected by the whole incident. I don't know if it will be as pretty as Mugen Train, but I think it will be a better movie than Mugen Train.
Yeah, that could be the case. I don't know. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of Mugen Train. I just think the animation was beyond beautiful. The story was fine. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the story at all. I think it's going to be different because Jujutsu Kaisen's a prequel,
right?
And the Demon Slayer movie was just a continuation of the story,
right?
And we had already been introduced to the characters from the previous episode. So it'll be a little different because I do think we're going to see some characters that we haven't seen in the show yet.
There's only one.
It's his disciple, right? The one of his students, right? Gojo's.
Yeah, it's Yuta.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's when he becomes cursed and the way he becomes a jujutsu sorcerer.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know that, so that's good to know.
And like he's on pars, like him and one other person that Gojo ever references that says they could beat me.
Yeah.
So we already know from that
has the potential, right?
Yeah.
Not that he straight up can't, but he has the potential to surpass him one day.
Yeah. And for people that don't watch the show, Gojo's kind of like the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Like he's
the cream of the crop.
Yeah, no one touches him. Everyone loves him. He's super popular. He's famous actually for being so cool. He doesn't actually have to listen to anybody's rules because
I don't think people love him actually. I think they're either scared of him or can't control him.
I don't know. I think his superiors, like the principals, hate him, but I think like everyone else like fangirls over Gojo.
Sure.
And that's like half the
I fangirl over Gojo. What do you mean?
Yeah.
That guy's a stud. Have you seen his eyes?
Yeah.
I could swim in them.
Like there's a portion of like season 2 that like Gojo gets in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
And everyone literally stops their mission and was like, we have to help Gojo. It's like without him, we're dead. Like that's literally what they say.
No,
it's just stop whatever they're doing, and they're like, okay, this is what we're doing now.
It's the Superman. It's the Superman effect.
Yeah, but he's so much more likable than Superman.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god,
he actually has like character.
So I was worried when I first found out that this was going to be a prequel. I was actually kind of worried, just because I think I don't know. I don't want to say it was boring before Itadori got there and before the fingers came into play. I just don't know like how good it can be without that stuff, right?
Yeah. I can, again, only from what I've read, I can attest that the stakes in Jujutsu Kaisen 0 are bigger than most any stakes the show gave us prior. Like it's hard without seeing it or having any reference for it, but like Yuta's character and what his curse actually is it's game breaking.
Okay. Are you and you're familiar with it though?
Yeah. So they came out.
You're not going to say it, are you?
What?
His curse.
Oh no.
Okay, good, because I don't want to know yet.
Right. No, I'm not going to spoil anything. But like when they came out with the movie, they released a chapter or like a book or a manga volume just for 0, which was the prequel chapter.
Okay.
And so we get like young Gojo and he has a rival that he deals with, and kind of like him being young and way more hot-headed than he is when we meet him. And we get the Panda, Maki, the girl that uses the weapons, and the salmon roll guy.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
because Yuta and those 3 were all in the same class together.
Right.
So it's like we get more background on characters that the show hasn't given us background for. So
not a lot of anyway.
Yeah, I mean we get the characters and we get their powers, but like this is them in like year 1.
Like we got Panda a little bit in the fight scene that he had with the one guy.
Yeah,
like when they did the team thing.
Yeah, but it's more it's not so much like their powers we get more info on, it's like their relationships. Like how do they interact with their friends? Like what makes them care so much about certain things. So awesome. I think the stakes, as big as Mugen Train stakes were, I think like 0 is 2 or 3 times the crap hitting the fan.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, the stakes really weren't that high for Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I mean, we got the upper rank 3 demon.
Right.
Rengoku.
Rip.
So.
Yeah. But I mean, like on a huge like
Oh yeah,
fatality scale, like this is like it really was just the train, and
oh yeah. No, this Zero has like world-ending implications.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like that, it's going to be, I think, a lot more vital. Like like you said, the stakes are gonna be higher for this
Yeah,
movie, and that could make it the plot a little better, a little
yeah.
stronger.
I just think the action scenes
So
will be better. Like they'll be
I hope
bigger
so.
and
Yeah.
probably more frequent. Just because Jujutsu Kaisen's a little more action-paced
Mm-hmm.
show. Like it's not like where Demon Slayer everything sets up for one big fight at the end. You kind of can continuously get fights throughout
Right.
the entire arc.
I hope, and here's my thing is like Jujutsu Kaisen made a huge splash in the world of anime.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, I don't think the budget was super big. I just really don't want to walk into the theater tomorrow and see that they skimped out on like the artwork. I really hope that's not the case. I'm not saying
Yeah,
it is. I'm just saying it's plausible, right?
it is possible. I don't think that's the case from just like early reviews I'm reading and
Yeah.
hearing. It also made an absolute killing in Japan. Like I know
Oh, really?
it beat Mugen's Train's numbers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's a big deal, and I think the animation quality will be what you want it to be. If I was a betting man.
Sick. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, I something to look forward to.
Yes,
I'm pretty stoked about it, man. It's been a
too
long
hyped
time coming.
too hyped for this movie.
Yeah, I know. As soon as it's literally the second that the AMC's app said I could purchase the ticket, I did like right
Yeah.
then. So it's exciting for it to finally be here and get some new content.
Yes, it'll be one we talk about for a while, I bet.
I hope so. I hope that's the case. But don't worry, it won't get nominated for best animated film because the Academy sucks. Or whoever
Yeah.
does the
I mean, we know like it's not political enough to get, and it's not going to beat Lightyear. And honest to God, I mean, I know Lightyear is going to be great, but Turning Red had some of the cleanest animation.
It was a pretty movie.
I've seen. Like when when her dad is cooking, that food looks real.
Yeah.
Like and I forget that it had a budget made for theaters, but we just got it on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But I thought Turning Red was really good.
It was good. It was a good watch. I think if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely give it a watch.
It was definitely better than Raya and the Last Dragon and Luca.
Oh, hands down.
From last year.
Better than both of them. Not even close. Not to me.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, I also watched a Goofy movie. I forgot that.
Classic.
Yeah.
We love the Goofy movie.
We do love the Goofy movie.
Well, I think that's everything I got. You got anything else?
No. Obviously there wasn't much releasing last week. This week, Jujutsu Kaisen. If you're not into anime, shame on you, but I digress. X is coming out this week, which is the new A24 horror movie with Jenna Ortega, Kid Cudi, Brittany Snow. So I'll probably try to find a way to sneak into theaters and watch that because I think they're setting up like a prequel for it as well. So we might be getting a little bit of a universe build in X. And I think, let me double check. I think that might be the only two movies coming out that are worth mentioning. I don't know if anything's coming out on Netflix. I know Netflix is doing like one big movie.
They've been killing it. Yeah, they've been killing it, man. Here recently, I've just seen so many absolute bops come out that I have to rewatch. Like I don't have a choice. I've got to go back and rewatch them because they're movies that I really enjoyed growing up. Like 21 was one of those that I really enjoyed.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm talking about. I know they're putting out good old movies, but I'm talking about Netflix is doing like
a new movie. Yeah,
a year's worth of. Yeah, they did that like press release, but yeah, they've been putting out. I mean, they put all the Dark Knight trilogy out.
Yeah, so that press release, actually, the actors that if you haven't seen it yet and you want to look at some A-listers,
Yeah,
look at what Netflix has coming because it is nuts.
it is insane. This is going to be a big year for Netflix.
Yeah.
They were talking.
I think they got another Rock movie coming out too.
Probably. They were talking about charging people for sharing accounts. So I sure hope that doesn't happen. Or
it already did. I think they've already said that they're going to charge up to 2 accounts. I think something like that.
Crazy. It's going to be insane to see. My parents have to pay me, or I'll put them in a home. Just kidding.
Yeah, good luck putting Sky Hubbard in a home.
Yeah, I'll probably just cover the fee.
Yeah.
They've done enough for me in my life. I suppose I can cover their Netflix.
Yeah, I guess raising you was enough.
Birthing me.
Yeah. Well, not so much Scott.
I mean, 50% is.
I meant the birthing part.
Yeah, the birthing, not so much on him.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. Yeah. Those are the only 2 movies coming out.
Okay, cool.
So.
Well, we will be back next week with a fun-filled, action-packed whale of an episode.
Yeah, we will have the Jujutsu Kaisen reveal. I'll try to get to X.
Yes.
And then there just wasn't a lot of movie news. Not a lot of big trailer drops this week. Nothing.
Yeah, so next week the plan is, at least my plan, is to do an episode where we catch up on Everyone's a Critic. So if you haven't noticed, maybe you have. We haven't been doing those. That is on me. That's my fault.
One of us.
Yeah. No, that's 100%. I'll own it. It's been super busy. It's wild. So I'm going to try to fit the last, I think 4. I think it's just 4. And then obviously Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm going to watch a movie called The Scarlet Pimpernell this week.
Scarlet Pimpernell.
Yeah. Is that how it goes? I don't think that's how it goes.
Oh, no, that was in the Pick of Destiny. He says he's going to make him squeal like a Scarlet Pimpernel. And so every time I hear that, I just think about the devil.
Oh, nice.
Sodomizing.
Oh, fun fact. Jack Black is coming out with Kung Fu Panda TV show, new series. And I think he's the voice of Po again. So it should be awesome.
You do love your Kung Fu Panda.
Dude, how could you not? Like, that cast was nuts. Let's keep it up.
Yeah, I mean, they were good. I don't think they were like great.
What do you mean they weren't great? It was
So they were
Rogen,
good.
Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, Jackie Chan, Jack Black is a Jim. No, I'm not.
I mean, they're good.
They're great. I'm not.
They're not great.
We're not discussing. This is not an argument. I'm not even presenting it as an argument because it's just science.
I don't think it's science.
Even Master Oogway is like, or not Oogway.
So you don't even remember his name. How much of a gym could it be?
Sifu. See, look at that. Master Sifu was the dad from Meet the Fockers. I forget his name.
Robert De Niro?
No, the other dad. The Mr. Focker.
The Focker.
Yeah.
Gaylord's dad.
Yeah. I don't know his name in real life. He's famous though. It's prominent. It is, man. I don't know.
I respect it. I mean,
so, look at that cast and tell me it's not.
I'm not saying the cast isn't good. I'm just saying the movies aren't great. They're good.
Kung Fu Panda is great. What?
Maybe the first one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, but they made like two
and 3 weren't bad.
They weren't bad, but they weren't great.
They weren't the first one, dude. It's like any sequel. What do you mean?
What you mean? Terminator 2, Godfather 2?
Yeah, those are like historically classic. We're not getting into this right now. I got to go to bed.
All right.
Go ahead and close up shop.
Thank you, guys. We do appreciate you being up late with us.
Always.
Until next week. And